Hello and welcome now to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, the Koenigsegg folks. If you've watched these particular episodes, you've probably seen that I have somewhat of a thing for the Koenigsegg group. I think they're probably some of the most amazing supercar builders on the planet for being such a small niche market. They do a ton of stuff themselves, including this one-to-one where they built the first ever one-piece carbon fiber wheels for this particular machine that were completely built in-house that could handle this kind of power, this kind of braking ability, and this kind of performance out of this machine. Very, very impressive out of a small machine. And that, love for this particular manufacturer also stretches on to its founder, Christian von Koenigsegg, but not in the way you're probably now giggling about. And it's not because we kind of have the same hairdo. But I think this guy is the bee's knees. He's a really slick guy, and he does an amazing job inside of this group of really furthering on the product and building new and cool and exciting stuff. And there's an interesting little situation. At the Geneva Motor Show, Christian von Koenigsegg was talking with an American magazine who asked the question, why don't you build a 911 fighter? Well, Mr. Koenigsegg says that, well, that's a hornet's nest full of punters trying to go after the same piece of the pie. I'd like to go a little bit further elsewhere, like maybe a four-door sedan. Like somewhere past 5 years. No, wait a minute. Somewhere within the next 5 years, Koenigsegg is going to build a four-door sedan. I cannot wait to see what this manufacturer may have up their sleeve in this particular machine, so stay tuned. Next up, the Tesla Model S gets another firmware update. In fact, it's the 6.2 firmware update, and this thing's got a bunch of cool stuff that comes along with this. And it's not just for brand new Tesla Model S's. You can also get it retrofitted to any Model S that's ever been built. Right off the bat, the thing gets auto steer. Auto steer is a little deal where it's going to become a little bit further full autonomous, as it'll actually take over the steering, especially on motorway journeys and things like this, where it'll allow you to do a little hands-free driving. Another slick little deal is when you punch in the satellite navigation system to a destination, the vehicle takes a ton of parameters to whether the vehicle can actually make it on the charge that it has. If it cannot, it'll reroute you or recalculate to a situation where you can get next to some fast chargers, which you won't get to your destination as quickly, but you'll get there nonetheless, which will kill off a thing that, well, it hurts all electric vehicle range anxiety. Now, when I first heard this particular situation, I thought, this is genius. Until I thought about it for a couple of minutes, and I thought, now wait a minute. Why didn't they do this years ago? But maybe there was a certain algorithm that wasn't in existence at that time, that hadn't been developed or hadn't been tested quite yet. Maybe that's exactly what happened in this particular situation. Otherwise, I don't know why it didn't come out sooner. But if you're an owner of a Model S, I would get down and get this 6.2 firmware update right now. Next up on the list, well, when you think about Easter, you think about Jeeps, don't you? Okay, maybe not. No, every Easter you celebrate it for the resurrection from the death of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But it's also a big Easter Jeep rally, a safari that's actually held in Moab, Utah. And Jeep throws down the gauntlet with tons of cool concepts, and we're going to take it to three that I thought were the coolest from this particular year's lot, as a lot of them basically become more of special editions and whatnot. So these things are really cool, especially this machine. This is the Jeep staff car. Yes, this vehicle looks like it just came right out of the 40s, 50s, or 60s military use. This thing has 4 inches of lift all the way around, and especially check out those 16-inch wheels with those really cool 37-inch tall military-grade rubber. Now, this vehicle comes with the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 and a 6-speed manual transmission. Now, again, the thing comes with Dana 44 axles and lockers all the way around, and again, it really looks the business, especially that old school military look. Very cool piece of kit. I would love it if they would build this machine, but chances are slim to none on that. Now we're going to look at the machine that I would bet that most people think is the best one at the show. It's this, the Jeep Chief. Now this particular machine comes with 2 inches of lift, but check out that 37 inches of rubber that is wrapped around these super cool slotted mag wheels that apparently Jeep had to really go on the hunt for, try to find it that would fit this particular machine. But that retro style nose, this is basically just a Wrangler 4-door with a lot of trick sheet metal. And this too comes with Dana 44s and lockers all the way around. Gorgeous looking machine. Now we're going to look at the machine that I would pick if I were to get a choice of those concepts, and it's this. This is the Jeep Redrock Responder. Now this particular vehicle comes with that same 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. It comes with a automatic transmission, not as good, but still 4 inches of lift. Dana 60s with 538 gears in it. Yeah, this thing is way low down geared. 17-inch beadlock wheels wrapped with 37-inch tall tires. Now let's look at the trickiest part of this deal. That big Hummer-esque back end on it is loaded down with gear to help you out during the trail and to help others out in the trail. It's got including long sleds, like when you get stuck in the sand, you can lay these down in the sand, it'll help you get unstuck. And the sides fold down and to reveal, loaded down with snap-on tools, every type of tool you would need for the trail. It's got air assist on it where you can air up other tires on down the trail. This thing is super cool. Probably the neatest concept, at least in my mind, as far as the Jeep Moab rally. So, pretty neat deal. Definitely a destination trip for every car person. Every Easter weekend, this show goes on, and these concepts are super awesome. Jeep really throws down some really cool stuff every year. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, you can check out all those Jeep vehicles. I got them all up on the Facebook page right now. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. See you again real soon.